Hi guys, it has been 2 months since I've posted a video. It has just been crazy around here. I had gotten some custom orders on my Etsy shop for my really big baby books, and they are very, very time consuming. And then I was making one for a friend also, and I still have one more to make, but they take so much time, and I was just completely consumed with baby books. So I've decided not to make my baby books anymore. I am going to make one. I'm going to make one more of the big baby books, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to do a step-by-step on how I make those gigantic baby books. And it's for a friend, so I'm not getting paid for this one. I'm just doing it for my friend. And it's late, and I've kind of saved it so that I can record it for you guys. But I'm going to do a step-by-step, completely how to do the baby book. I'm even going to do printable instructions, a step-by-step, hopefully with pictures and diagrams and dimensions and all of that different stuff. So since I've decided not to make them anymore for my Etsy shop, I thought, well, I'll just share with you guys how I make them, and that way you guys can make some of your own. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working on all those baby books, and then now I've started to work on preparing for this massive video set of videos and the instructions and everything. There's a lot of detailed work involved in that. I had no idea. I mean, I know my process, but it's harder to explain your process to somebody else, I guess. So that's my next project. That's what I'm working on. But in the meantime, I needed kind of like a break. Oh, another thing that happened. My main computer has decided it no longer wants to work for me anymore, which I don't quite understand, because there's been many times where I have refrained from throwing it through a window. And this is my payback. It decided it doesn't want to work anymore. So that's kind of frustrating. So I've got my husband hunting for a new computer. I have a laptop, but it doesn't do as much, and it's one of those touchscreen Windows 8 things, and I don't really recommend it unless you're, you know, of the younger generation that can adapt to things a little bit easier. I don't know about all of you all, but that's my problem. I have a hard time adapting to new stuff when it comes to technology. So I've had some issues with my computers, and then since I'm going to get a new computer, I think I'll just get a new printer. I'm going to get a laser printer, so if anybody has any suggestions on a really good color laser printer, leave me a comment below and let me know what your thoughts on our different stuff, on your different printers. So anyway, I needed a break from all of this craziness, and I was going through, I was like on YouTube, just looking around, being nosy. And I ran across a lady. Let me just see if I can pull it up here. Look, here's my hubby. Isn't he beautiful? Oh, he probably wouldn't like me saying that. Creations CC is her name. And I'll put a link below to her channel. But the video that I saw was doodling plus how to fix a mistake on watercolor paper. So she did this technique, and I thought, oh my gosh, I want to try that. So I did. And I come up with this. I put this picture on Instagram and Facebook, and people seem to like it. So I thought, you know what? This is one of those things that you can do without putting a whole lot of thought into what you're doing. You can just let your mind just, you know, wander while you're creating. You don't have to be too, it's not like a technique. It's not like you have to do it perfectly. It's just a really free form, free flowing, just, it has a mind of its own, and you just kind of have to go with the flow. And I really liked it. I mean, it turned out really cool, and that was my very first attempt. I've done it a couple more times, but I don't have those books right here next to me. This was something I did a few weeks ago. I don't know. It was a different technique. I don't know. I don't like it. I thought it was ugly. I tried to fix it. It got uglier. So I just left it. You know, sometimes you just have to leave stuff as a reminder of stuff that you didn't like or stuff that you didn't do the way you wanted to do it. and you just need to leave it be. Not everything has to be beautiful, in my opinion. So I just wrote ugh on there, like yuck. So anyway, so I'm going to show, now that I've rambled for 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how I did this. So what I've already done is I've decided I want to do it at the same time, 2 different types of paper, just to see what they look like, how well it takes on each one. I mean, obviously I know how it's going to go on my mixed media paper, but I want to see what it's going to look like on my textbook paper. So what I did was I've already attached this using Ranger Multi-Medium, matte multi-medium, and I put it on underneath and was very careful not to get it on top, because these, I'm going to be using the Caran wax pastels, and I don't think they really like going over top of medium like that. They don't want to like stick, so I was real careful not to get it on top. And then I did a little bit of stamping over here. I already recorded this once and something happened and it's gone. And well, all I did was I used this stamp, which I still don't know where it came from. If anybody knows what this stamp is, leave a comment below. That would be great. I used this stamp, and I used Ranger archival ink and coffee. And I stamped it off a couple times on the side, and then I just kind of rolled it on the paper just to give it a little something different. Like, this is just a white background and it's really pretty. I like it, but I decided to, you know, add a little more interest to this one. So I'm not going to show you how to do that again because it's already done. You're going to need a paintbrush. I'm going to use a number 9. You can use the different types, like the filbert brushes. You'll get different shapes that way. Try out with different brushes, you'll get different shapes. And then I'm going to be using the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pens in black, and I'm using the extra small and the fine. I'm pretty sure that's what she used in her video. Let's see. So let's just go ahead and start preparing. Oh, I'm also using did I already say I'm using my tag shape art journal? Yep. I'm really loving this thing. Alright, so first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to block the holes here so that I don't mess up my other pages. Not that I care about that one, but I care about that one. I'm going to do that on both back sides here. And I'm also, even though I probably don't need to do this because there's not a lot of ink or anything flowing, I'm also going to go ahead and put some wax paper just to protect the other pages around. I'm going to do that on both sides. But like I said, there's not going to be that much water. I mean, there's going to be plenty of water, but it's not going to be flowing all over the place. And then I'm going to prop this up a little bit because I want it to be more of an even, flat surface, so the water that I do put on here doesn't run too much. I think I'm even going to put some weight on here. Maybe I'll put them both in the same spot. There we go. No, that's tilting that one too far that way. So this is really, really, oh, and you're going to need some water. Oh, and you're also going to need a squirt bottle, a couple paper towels, a heat gun, or a blow dryer, or whatever you have on hand. I'm going to start with my lightest color. I'm going to start with the, what is this again? Yellow green. And all you want to do is you want to go straight from, you don't want to you can put the crayon to the paper, but the way this technique I think works best is if you get your brush really wet and you take your brush straight to your crayon and you just kind of want to let it like drip. You just want to get it, with this one I've noticed when I use it, it takes a little bit longer to get the color to drip off of there. And you kind of want to be careful, you don't want to be careful, like you don't have to worry, but you want to like stagger it in different spots. Because right now we're just really doing the background. So I think what I'm going to do, and maybe even do a little bit of flicking like that, I'm going to try to do both of them the same way just to see how much difference it really makes having it on different surfaces. I'm going to do a little bit of a light misting with my water just to get those moving a little bit. Then I'm gonna lift it up, move it around. And then I'm gonna take my heat gun to it. Okay, I don't know how well you can see the difference between the white and the book page. Just a little, well, I'm gonna do another layer of that same color just to kind of build up so there's like more interest, I guess. I have noticed that when you dry the layers in between completely, it does better. It doesn't mix and get muddly each time you add a new color, not as much as it would if you were to leave it damp, let's say. So this time I'm going to use, where's the letter? Oh, yeah, the letter. The word, emerald green. And I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to let it drip onto my page here. I think I'm going to do, oh, I might even add this color here, the Vernice green. Why not? Even though it's a little bit lighter than the emerald green I just used. I like to do things in threes. I don't know why. It's a thing with me doing things in odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, you know, that kind of thing. It's a little weird, but whatever. I'm weird. It's more pleasing for me to my eye, I guess. Okay, let me see about getting you a little bit closer. Hold on, I gotta move the camera so you can see, and let me focus here. There we go. So you can see all the different dimensions and things that added. Whoops, the camera doesn't want to shift that way. How about if I shift my book? There we go. All the different little layers and the light greens and the dark green and then the bright green that I just added. And the goal is not to cover up the whole entire thing. The goal is to just have a subtle background. Okay, let me back up. Okay, so now I think I'm going to start on the pinks. So first I'm going to start with a light pink. I'm either going to use, no, I'm not going to use salmon pink. I'm going to use this rose pink. Well, it says rose, it's pink. I guess it's in 3 different languages. And then I'm going to think about where do I want these flowers maybe to be. So I kind of want to put the pink in areas that I think I want the flowers. So I want one up here. Same thing, you just want to get the tip of it wet. Taking the brush to the crayon and just getting it wet and letting the water do its thing. Need a little bit more and then let it drip. It's April here. It's April here. It's April everywhere. But I'm in Kentucky and the weather has just been stupid. This whole month is just, it's cold right now, so my nose tends to want to run when it's cold and it's very annoying. I think I want one maybe right around here and maybe right around there. And maybe I'll even use my brush a little bit. And I might even add a little bit in other spots just to, you know, keep the, you know, have pink other places besides just the flower. But anyway, so it's April and it's April 24th actually, and there was a freeze this morning. And you know, it was 80-degree weather just a couple days ago. It's just getting on my nerves. And it's Derby time here, the Kentucky Derby. So that's, you know, got a lot of people. It's supposed to be really nice. We'll see. They like to say that, I think. I'm just saying. They might not be just saying it. They just want people to come out to the Derby. And then I'm going to take my brush and I am going to move it around a little bit. Just to kind of give it a little bit of form, but not a whole lot. Just the suggestion, really. The pink isn't showing up as well over here on this paper. So anyway, for the sake of the Derby, I'm hoping that the weather gets a little better. I don't go to the Derby. I've lived here my whole life. And I'm like, what, 20 miles away, 15 minutes away from Churchill Downs. Oh, well, crap. I'm sorry, I didn't turn the camera back on, or it didn't turn back on, or what. I don't know. Goodness gracious. Let me dry this layer up and then I'll show you what I just did. Alrighty. I don't even know what I was talking about that whole time, but I'm going to use this pink red color, and it's called Carmine or Carmine or whatever. Whatever it's called. And the same thing, except I'm going to go ahead and do a second layer of this color just so you can see, because for some reason my camera decided to not turn on, or I just operator error more likely than not. Let me scoot in too. That'd probably be a good idea. So I don't know if you can already tell what I did, but I kind of just went like this. I just took my brush and just did this. And just kind of let the tip of the brush form this ruffly look to make it look kind of like a ruffly flower. I don't know what kind of flower. It could be a peonies. It could be, well, I don't know, actually. That's about the only thing I can think of right now. And then you just want to take plain water and just kind of blend the bottom out. And if it's too much, you just have your brush suck it up a little bit there and wipe it off. Okay, and then do that to all the ones that you just did. I mean, it's kind of like painting a flower, except you're kind of just haphazardly painting a flower. You don't have to be an artiste to paint this kind of flower. So do you see the two layers now? That's the one you didn't get to see because the camera wasn't on. And then you just do the same. You do that twice, or you can do it as many times as you want. All right, I'm going to do it over here on this side now. Move everything out of the way. Now that I've got the camera closer, I got to be a little bit more careful. Okay, same thing. Clean water to your crayon, or from your brush to your crayon. And then just let the tip of it, and you just kind of wiggle it around. Maybe drink some coffee before you do this, because the wigglier the better. It's just more free looking. And it looks as though I may have got some matte medium on the paper here. So let's just, it kind of looks like there might be a line right here. Oh, you can't see because I'm off frame. Like there might be a line right there. So well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out. Even though I was careful not to try not to get matte medium on there, it looks like it might have anyway. It might not matter in the end. So now I'm just taking the clean water and blending it out a little bit, because you want it to be softer on the bottom. Okay. Alright, so that was using this pink red, darker pink red color. And then I'm going to go switch to a lighter pink. Well, it says purple, but it's pink. It says purple, but it's really pink. Like a magenta maybe, or a fuchsia. I don't know. That might not be right. Same thing. And each time you'll notice that your flower is getting wider and wider and wider. So it's totally up to you how big your flower is. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I need to dry that up. Hold on. Let me do that. Okay, now I can go in with this other softer pink color that says it's purple, but it's not purple. At least not in my world, it's not purple. Yeah, it just says purple. But it's a different, it's not purple. That's all I'm saying. Alright, same thing. You just want to get the brush wet and then go directly to the tip of the crayon, and you just kind of want to just pull it out, be all random. Alright, now I think I'm going to do another layer of that same pink, same process. Alright, and last, I think I'm going to take that first pink that we started with, the light color pink, the pink, and I'm going to make like a bottom, I think. Maybe I'll even make petals. It might not even be that visible. I don't think it'll be that visible, so I'm just going to kind of make a bottom. And give it another dry. This time you need to dry it really, really, really good, because we're going to come at it with some ink. You know what though, even before I do the ink, I think I'm going to do some splatters. Just really quick. Just because I really like, there's a few splatters here, I really like the way they look, but I don't want the ink to be on there yet. Just a little bit here and there. So I don't want it to cover up the black ink. Ooh, I just got one on my face. Okay, before I go on to this next step, I'm going to take these off real quick. Oh, it will stick. I wanted to show you, let me scoot back just a little bit. Oop, wrong way. Hold on. I wanted to show you the difference between the two. Well, I've got something underneath there, I can't move it. Between the two pages. Now do you see right here what I'm talking about? You see this kind of weird looking line? I think I must have gotten some medium right there, because it doesn't look the same. It's like a strip or something. Okay, so that's where we're at right now, which looks pretty good. They kind of look like flowers, little ruffly flowers. Alright, so now I'm going to do the pen, the ink part. I'm going to scoot back in. So I'm going to take the, we're not done with our wax pastels, by the way. We're going to use them a little bit more in a minute, but I'm going to move the water out of the way so I don't make a mess. So I've been quite clumsy lately. Alright, so now I'm going to take the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen in black, fine tip. And all I'm going to do, let me make sure it's writing pretty good, is, I don't know if you can see really, really well, but you see how there's kind of like these, you know, well obviously you know the top one, but you see the second one and the third one and the fourth. There's these ruffly lines. I'm just going to take the pen and I'm just going to kind of go, I don't know, can you see? I'm just going to kind of go along the edge, just kind of in a wiggly fashion, just like that. I'm holding the book in an odd angle, so you'll have to forgive me, just so you guys can see. And you can start from the top or you can start from the bottom. It's whatever floats your boat, strikes your fancy, whatever makes you happy, however you want to look at it. So you just keep doing this until you're happy with all the layers. You know, I think I might even add one more down here. It's barely, you can't barely see it. Even if you couldn't see it at all, you can just make your own layer. Alright, I'm gonna, whoa, sorry, blocking the light. I hope you guys can see it okay. I'm gonna make these into, and then you just kind of want to make a bottom. You don't have to be super precise on that. It's just kind of a roundabout general. Because by the time we get done marking on this, it's not going to be all that noticeable. So you just kind of want to go along the edges. See? So that's what it looks like before the ink and then after the ink. Pretty simple. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the rest of these. I'm probably going to speed it up so I don't have to hold it up in an odd angle the whole time. Okay, so we've done the outlines of all of it. And then the next step would be, the way she did it was she just drew lines. So, and she used, let's go ahead and switch. She used the extra small Faber-Castell Pitt Pen. Okay, so this is the extra small. It's a tiny, tiny little tip. I don't know how well you can see that, but. All right, and so she just drew lines. Sometimes she followed, you know, the curve of the flower. I can't tell, the light's reflecting weird. She was really neat about hers. I'm a little bit more sloppy, so I'm okay with that. All right, so now I'm going to go to my next one. And sometimes I like to pick out certain parts of it so that I can angle the lines a certain way. I'm not sure if you can really tell. Oops, now it's not even marking. Well, I'm just having a time of it with this pen. I don't even know if you can see me. I'm scared to look up. Okay, can you kind of see how it kind of gives the flower more substance? So I'm just gonna continue to do that. I'm gonna probably put it in fast forward till I get to the bottom here, and then I'll stop it and show you. Okay, that's where we're at so far. So with the bottom one, I kind of like it to be like, not really the leaf or anything, but like the base of it, to kind of give it a little bit more of a, ground it a little bit more. Oh, you probably can't even see because my hand's in the way. I've got my light in a closer spot and it's kind of blocking. So I'm just going to have to keep struggling here. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to my fine tip again. And I'm just going to make these lines, especially down here at the bottom, a little bit darker. So I'm going to leave that one alone for now. Now I'm going to go over to this side because I want to show you on each side how it looks, and then I'll probably turn the camera off and do the rest of the flowers just so you don't have to sit here and watch me scratch at it for so long. Scratch at it, mark at it, whatever. Okay. It's kind of hard for me to see, and it's a weird angle, and I hope you guys can see. I hope my hand's not in the way. Just kind of want to make the marks. It kind of looks like veins, really, and real delicate flower petals. It's kind of cool. And in her video, she was talking about how it's very relaxing for her to sit there and put all these marks on here, which I tend to agree with. That it's, you don't have to think a whole lot. unless you really want to be like a realistic type flower. But I'm just kind of going with the flow here. Another thing I like to do after I make all those marks, sometimes you just need to go back and go over the marks, your first initial marks from the, going around to make the difference, to make the individual flower petals. Yeah, I was just thinking as I was marking here that this might be a good Zentangle type flower where you could go in and add different patterns and stuff. So that might be a cool idea. Okay, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go over these lines really good just to make them a little darker. Oh, look, you can't even see me. Whoop. Golly. Okay, so also what you can do is to make the individual layers stand out is you can come and darken this bottom part of the flower if you want to. You can add more lines with the thicker end. See how it gives it that little bit of more of a definition between the two petals. So that's kind of cool. So since I started doing that, I better continue on. I'm kind of finding myself doing this kind of, motion. I don't know. I think I'm kind of liking it. It looks more natural. It's kind of like a half a circle smiley face type motion. I kind of like that better than just going all flicky straight up. Yeah. Me likey. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I am going to go ahead and do all of the flowers, all 6 flowers, and then I'll turn the camera back on and we'll do some more. I'll be back. Alright, now I've done all of those little marks with the Pitt pen, and you'll notice on some of them I made a little bit more detailed on the petals. Some of them I made them look like they were flipping back over themselves. I did that on these 2 right here. Some of them have more marks, some of them have less, but you get the idea. So here we are at this point. So everything's marked up and there's a little bit of definition in between each of the petals. And then the next thing you want to do is to kind of give an indication of where you might want your stems. Now part of the reason I like this technique so much is because it's really sketchy looking and I like that. So the stems are going to be sketchy looking too. I just kind of like the way she did her stems. It was just, just a really sketchy thing. What you want to do, I can't get it to mark. You just kind of want to guess to where this one you're not going to be able to see very well. And you just kind of want to make like little slashes. And this one's going to be coming this way. Like that. And then this one, that way. And you may want to give it a little bit of a base there. Again, it's just really sketchy. Right, pretty easy. All right, I'm gonna do this side over here. Okay, so we kind of got our stems in there. All right, the next thing I want to do is I want to take the Neocolor teas again, and I want to do the turquoisey color like around the flowers just to make them pop just that much more. I got my yin yang water thingy over here. So So all I really want to do is just kind of go around the edges a little bit. And then I come back with a little bit of water and move that around. It shouldn't disturb the pink too much because, you know, once it's dried, it takes a little bit to get it moving again, and it shouldn't wiggle around too much with the green. So I just kind of want to make these pop just a little bit more. I think it makes a big difference. I think it looks better. Looks a lot better. I'm gonna dry this up and see what we got here. Okay, I've got that all dried up. Now I'm gonna go back over my stems a little bit, just because I feel like I lost them in that teal turquoisey color. And if I feel like I've lost some lines on the outside, I might go back and do a little bit of that. Just a little bit. You know, I also wanted to talk about a little bit. I've reached over 5,000 subscribers now on my YouTube channel. Woo woo. Let's see how many. It just kind of snuck up on me. Like I said, I've been doing a whole bunch of baby books and computer madness and all of that junk, and it just kind of slipped by me. So I've got 5,380 subscribers. I don't know if you can see. There we go. Which is awesome. I mean, it's so awesome. I mean, really awesome. So I'm gonna have to do some sort of giveaway. I'm gonna have to come up with something. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna try to find something really cool that I can give away for hopefully before I reach 6,000 subscribers. But you never know. If I do reach 6,000 before doing a giveaway, I'll do 2 giveaways. But anyway, back to what we're doing here. My doodle freeform. I think I want to add some highlights. I'm trying to decide if I want to use gesso or if I want to use white India ink. Hold on, let me see. Alright, I think I've decided I'm going to use the Bombay white India ink as my highlight instead of gesso. I'm just going to use I've got a little container here of gesso. I'm just going to squirt the India ink on top of this container so I don't have to contaminate my bottle. Use what you got right in front of you. I'm going to use a smaller brush, a number 2 round brush. And I think I'm just going to try to go really gently just in some spots where I think it might be highlighted or a little brighter. Don't have to highlight everything, I guess. Like here I did do a little bit more detail, so I think I'll try to make my brush go that way. Make sure I'm recording. Yep. Yeah, that looks nice. I like it. Okay, I'm going to keep doing that. I'm probably going to throw it in fast forward here until I get to something I think I need to share. Wow, I really like how that looks. It looks so cool. I'm really glad I added that white. And plus I was able to define some of the leaves a little bit better. Wow, that looks really cool. See, I didn't do that with that one. I didn't put any white on that one. So yeah, digging it. All right, I've got all this extra white here on that cap. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some splatters. Try to do controlled splatters. Uh-oh, I might have to water it down. Well, this isn't wanting to splatter too well. I'm wondering if I need to water it sucker down a little bit. Oh, how about I just touch the paper? You probably can't see it very well on the white side. Let me move my crayons out of the way there. Maybe over here. Come on. I don't want to water it down. I don't want to dilute the... Okay, good enough. So I'm going to dry this up just real quick, and I'll be back to see if we need to do anything else to it. All right, it's all dry, and I do think it needs something. I think it needs black splatters. All right, hopefully this one will splatter a little. I'm going to try to be controlled about it here, so I don't want to get it all over everything. Just a little bit here and there. Yes. Maybe that's it. You probably can't even see the splatters. I can. Okay. Make a big black blob over here. Okay. I think, oh, let me dry it so I can put the date on it and stuff. What do you think? I think it looks awesome. I don't know which side I like better. I think they both turn out really, really pretty. Let's see. Let's cover this side up. That looks pretty. I like it. That looks pretty. I like them both. I think it turned out wonderfully. One more thing. It needs something else. It needs the hoe reinforcements on it. Just real quick. If you order the pre-made version of this from me, you get, you know, 2 full sheets of these inked hoe reinforcements. And if you order the download, obviously you make your own. I'm pretty sure I talk about how to do that in the video. I will put links to both listings below. And don't forget, if you get the instant download version, it's got 4 videos, or is it 5? 1, 2, 4. Oh, I can't show you because the private. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Tell me what ideas you have for printers, laser printers, what you like, what you've tried. Let's see what else. Thanks for watching. Thanks for continually showing support. And I really appreciate you and all of your comments. And I guess I will see you next time. Bye.